Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be doing an Assassin Rogue PvP guide. This is what you guys wanted me to do. So let's go ahead and dive right into the talents. Right now I run two different builds. One is my single target build and one's my Cleave build. I ran both builds in Battleground Blitz to high rated last season, and I'm probably just going to do the same thing this season as I enjoy both builds still. For the most part, this is pretty much what I run. I don't really switch anything out for the most part. If you don't want to run Kingsbane, you can switch that out, and you can switch out Cold Blood. You'll have to switch out to Destiny Defined as well if you don't run Cold Blood, since one of the hero talents as well involves Cold Blood. So that is pretty much up to you. I like this build a lot. It's my favorite build, even over the Cleave build. But this build's pretty much like if you're going off and doing your own thing, you're not going to be in team fights a lot. You can also nuke the flag here with this build and stuff like that. So do keep that in mind because, like I said, this is pretty much if you're going off and doing your own thing, because you will not be running indiscriminate carnage with this build. So, like I said, do keep that in mind. But yeah, this is pretty much the build. If you don't really switch things out that much. I mean, you can if you want to. Like, for example, if you really want to and you don't want to run Kingsbane, you can switch out for Discriminate Carnage here, but I like running Kingsbane personally, so. But yeah, this is pretty much the full single target Cleave build. Not really much to change, other than if you don't want to run Kingsbane and Cold's Blood, you can switch that out for something else if you really, really want to. Fatebound. I get this asked quite a lot on stream in some of my videos about why I run Fatebound over Deathstalker. I prefer Fatebound over Deathstalker because it's a lot easier to like just constantly do damage, and I feel like the damage is pretty nice for Fatebound as well. The coin flip does pretty decent amount. Deathstalker, you have to actually have ambush on your target for it to, like, you know, be good, which I guess for this build can actually obviously really work. If you really want to run Deathstalker, that's fine. I'm not saying Deathstalker is bad or anything. It's just that my personal preference has been Fatebound. I actually played Deathstalker for quite a long time until I ended up playing Fatebound because of another person. And I just haven't gone back to Deathstalker since. I've had that much fun with Fatebound. So it's up to you if you want to run Deathstalker. I personally enjoy Fatebound. I would say give it a try if you haven't tried it. It's definitely a lot of fun. Highly recommend. And yeah, that's pretty much it for the single target build. PvP talents, we did lose our Cloak of Shadows this season. Not like the spell, but you know, the PvP talents. So we're weaker against Ferals and other Assassin Rogues now. Since changing, you can go Dismantle or Preemptive Maneuver now. That is up to you. Also, which reminds me, you can run Elusiveness or Cheat Death, by the way. I just like Cheat Death a little bit more. I forgot to say you can switch that out. But I would run either Dismantle or Maneuver now in replacement for the Cloak of Shadows talent we ended up losing. Otherwise, for the other ones, I always run Hemotoxin and Smoke Bomb is pretty much auto lock-in. Those are my PvP talents that I automatically lock in. Now, let's go over rotation for the first PvP, not PvP talents, for the first talent tree. So basically what I like to do is I like to Garrote, Rupture, Cheap Shot, Shiv, Thistletea, Kingsbane, Deathmark, Envenom, and then just go from there. If you're in a team fight, you'll have an extra few seconds to Garrote, silence a bunch of people nearby without it going on cooldown. So you can try and do that right off the bat, but like I said, this is more about single target, so you should be off kind of like just nuking main targets or doing your own thing and ninjing bases kind of by yourself type of thing. So that's kind of what this build is about. You'll straight up do massive single target damage to people with this build. I've done it all the time. It's a lot of fun. So that's pretty much the rotation. So just, yeah, pretty much. Oh, let me do it one more time. I don't have Deathmark up, but I'll let you know when to use it. So we got Kingsbane in 10 seconds. I'm gonna wait this out. So basically what you do, well, what I do is Garrote, Rupture, Cheap Shot, Div, Thistletea, Kingsbane, Death Mark, and Venom, and then just build up some combo points from there, and then make sure you maintain your bleeds at all times, which means Rupture, Garrotes, and then when they're still on the main target, you just press some Venoms, very much. So, simple enough, and then obviously Kingsbane when it's up, and stuff like that. So, it's a pretty simple rotation. Now let's go over the second talent tree as soon as my Kingsbane is off cooldown, because apparently I can't switch. We'll go over the stat priority real quick then. Stat priority is mastery. Just get as much mastery as you possibly can. So, mastery, mastery, mastery. Get as much mastery as possible. I would even recommend crafting mastery if you can't get any gear with mastery on it. But you can see I pretty much have mastery on everything except for weapons and boots. So just get mastery. Embellishments. Just get the focusing lens one. I don't have a gem yet. I'll get one eventually. For gems, you want to get the reduced damage taken by 5% for your main gem, and then for other gems, just get your versatility mastery. And that's all there's to it. Enchants, agility on pants, defenders on boots, crystalline radiance on chest. I go for authority and radiant power on weapon. And yeah, that's pretty much it for enchants. Now let's go ahead and switch to the second build. This is the Cleave build, by the way, so this is all about being pretty much in team fights. So maps like Temple, Silver Shard Mines, you'll be in team fights a lot because they'll send lots of people to carts. You can use it on flag capture maps if you really want to. Just basically any maps that you're going to be in, like, team fights a lot. So, that simple, pretty easy. Basically, the only thing that's changed for this build is the fact that we don't use Kingsbane for this build, and we switch it out for Indiscriminate Carnage and Crimson Tempest. So, everything else is pretty much the exact same thing. Everything is the exact same thing, just no Cold's Blood, no Lethality, no Kingsbane, and we have Crimson Tempest and Indiscriminate Carnage. So for this build, it's pretty much the kind of similar rotation. You're going to want to Garrote Silence, Rupture, Garrote Silence any other targets nearby that didn't get, your Garrote Silence and everybody. Make sure you Garrote Silence them and Rupture as well. And then your Garrote thing will go off. And then from there, you just spam Fan of Knives, Crimson Tempest, and then obviously Shiv and Thistle Tea, Deathmark, your main kill target as well during that. Yeah, I mean, you don't just always spam AoE, but yeah. Make sure you maintain your Garrote Rupture all times, as much people as you can. Sometimes I will vanish offensively and Garrote Silence any target nearby, just because they'll be silenced a lot. And any other targets nearby if you need to, mostly on healers if possible. And you can also, once their silence is down, you can just kidney shot them and keep them chain CC'd. And then, if they're far away enough without getting cleaved, you can blind them as well. Stuff like that, and just continue chain targeting, or chain CCing the target. But yeah, that's pretty much the rotation. Just Garrote, Silence, Rupture as many people as you can. If they're stacked, you don't need to constantly use it, but if they're, for example, farther away, like where I'm at, then you Garrote Silence them again and Rupture here, so you get as much dots as everybody as you can. So you basically that's pretty much it. And then otherwise continue AoE cleaving everything with your Crimson Tempest as well. So that's it. That's pretty much the main difference with single target and Cleave build. So one is you just focus main killing your main target. The other one, you just cleave everybody that is stacked up. So do be careful if you're like me who like to vanish offensively and get Garrote Silences on people, as sometimes you might end up needing it. So just be warned of that situation. So I already went over stats and embellishments, went over rotation, went over hero talent trees, went over enchants. Macro, I only really have one, and that's my burst macro with my death mark. So I had my orc ability, potions, stuff like that. You can make set focus kick macros, shadow step macros, blind macros for arena if you really want to do that. Haven't really needed it for battlegrounds and stuff. I just been fine without it, but for arena you'll probably need it seriously there. Other than that, I think that's pretty much everything. If I missed anything, let me know. I imagine we'll probably get the tier. I haven't messed with it yet. Um, but like I said, you'll want mastery and stuff like that. So, it's looking like pants will probably be the go-to, chest will be the go-to, shoulder will be the go-to, and probably headpiece because gloves have crit and haste, which in my opinion aren't really amazing for assassins. So those are the ones that it's looking like we will be going for. So hopefully this helps you guys out. If you have any more questions, let me know. And yeah, I will catch you guys later. Peace.